You might have already seen many reviews of the Sony 20 to 70mm f4G lens, and most of them usually say the same thing: f4 is not enough, just get a G Master. This is not a photographer's review, nor it is a spec sheet comparison. This review is from a YouTuber's perspective, focusing on the video shooting capabilities of this lens. The unboxing experience itself is very straightforward. Inside the box, you get user manuals and documentation along with Sony's extended warranty coverage of 2+1 years. The package also includes a soft lens pouch for storage and travel and a dedicated lens hood, so everything essential is provided right out of the box without any unnecessary extras. In this video, I will explain 7 clear reasons why the Sony 20 to 70mm f4G lens can be perfect for videos and how it fits perfectly into my own shooting workflow. Before getting into the 7 reasons, let's have a quick overview of the lens. First, this is an externally zooming lens, so the barrel extends as the lens zooms from 20mm to 70mm. The lens features a dedicated aperture ring, which is always welcome for video and hybrid shooting. There are 2 custom buttons on the lens body, both of which can be assigned to different functions depending on personal preference. There is also a physical autofocus and manual focus switch, making it easy to override focus without going inside camera menu. And finally, there is a click on and off switch for the aperture ring. With the click turned off, the aperture ring rotates smoothly and silently, which is ideal for video exposure adjustments. With the click turned on, the aperture changes in tactile steps, which is useful for still photography and precise control. With that out of the way, here are the 7 reasons why this lens works so well for YouTube. I mostly shoot indoors, and my content is focused on product reviews, so this studio setup is where the lens gets used the most. The focal range is the biggest reason this lens stands out. Right now, the lens is mounted on my Sony a7 III, fixed on a C-stand using a clock lamp, and I simply leave it there. Because of this focal range, there is no need to keep adjusting the C-stand height. At 20mm, wide top-down shots make it easy to keep even large product boxes fully in frame during unboxing. Between 35mm and 50mm, framing products feels natural. At 70mm, it becomes easy to frame close-up shots without changing lenses, and the lens also offers very good close focusing performance. I seriously considered getting 16 to 35mm GM, but it is not long enough for close-up shots at this height. I also considered the 24 to 70mm GM, but it is not wide enough for overhead shots. The same goes with Tamron and Sigma alternatives. At the moment, this is the only full-frame zoom lens that offers a true 20 to 70mm range, and for YouTube work, that flexibility matters a lot. This lens weighs around 485 grams, and that makes a real difference. Looking at the base of the C-stand, there are no sandbags on the legs. Even then, the setup remains stable. With a mirrorless camera like the Sony a7 III, the 20 to 70mm f4G stays well balanced on a C-stand for long shooting sessions. At the same time, it is light enough to be used comfortably for handheld shots and vlogging. Even when the lens is mounted vertically, the zoom ring stays firm and does not creep under its own weight, which shows how well the lens is built and balanced. This is where the lens really shines for video. As objects move in and out of the frame, the autofocus locks quickly and accurately. There is no visible hunting, and subject tracking feels confident. This lens was released in January 2023, and it uses Sony's newer XD linear motor autofocus system. In real-world video usage, the autofocus performance is on par with Sony G Master lenses, and in some situations, it even feels more refined due to its video-focused behavior. This is a Sony G series lens, so sharpness is expected. The lens delivers excellent edge-to-edge sharpness even at f4, along with strong contrast and accurate colors. The image quality of this lens matches the G Master lenses and holds up very well for video. I will leave the links to videos shot entirely using this lens in the description, so you can judge the image quality by yourself. Before switching to this lens, I was using this Sony 28mm f2 lens, and I never shot at f2 aperture. Most videos were shot between f4 and f5.6 because keeping the entire product in focus is far more important than extreme background blur. Even now, this video is being shot at f4 on the 20 to 70mm G lens, and there is still a pleasing background separation. The Sony a7 III performs very well in low light, and with proper lighting, ISO values rarely go beyond 1000. For controlled indoor YouTube setups and outdoor shots, f4 is more than you need. This lens has very minimal focus breathing. Let me switch to Sony 28mm lens and show you what focus breathing is. Now, the autofocus is locked on the subject at the center of the frame. Notice these two objects at the corner of the frame shift in and out when the lens tries to autofocus. The Sony 28mm lens was released in March 2015 and it is still a capable lens, but it shows significant focus breathing, something many newer lenses also struggle with even today. In situations like live events, this can become a real issue as important background elements can visibly shift or partially move out of the frame during autofocus. Now let's do the same test on 20 to 70mm G lens. The focus transition is smoother and focus breathing is very minimal. You can see that the objects near the corners of the frame remain stable instead of shifting in and out of the shot. This matters because the Sony a7 III does not have a focus breathing compensation feature. Even on newer cameras like the a7 IV, enabling breathing compensation adds a crop, which is not always ideal. With this lens, it can comfortably be left turned off. Having good optical control over focus breathing makes this lens far more video friendly. Finally, the price. For its cost, the Sony 20 to 70mm f4 G lens delivers image quality that is very close to the 24 to 70mm G Master 2 lens. If you are getting the G Master lens, you are primarily paying for 2.8 aperture. The G Master lens is absolutely better and there is no denying that. However, for video work on a camera like the Sony a7 III, ISO can be pushed slightly to compensate for f4 without a noticeable drop in quality. For creators who shoot both photos and video, the G Master lens makes more sense because 2.8 is valuable for stills. If you shoot mostly videos and occasionally shoot photos like me, get this lens over G Master. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you are not. If you have any questions, please drop a comment. I will be happy to answer them. I will see you on the next one. Until next time, take care.